So hello and welcome everyone. Today we are going to uncover the another episode for the pandas, and still we are using the Google Colab one. Here is our raw data set for it. Yeah, I'm making sure that it's recording because I don't want to lose the 30 minutes of talk because without pressing a button, for not. We have covered this, and all these things in the last topic, but still, this is for run the data. This is for provide the by default first 5 rows. We need 3, so we have mentioned 3 area. For temporarily delete the model column, we said model, but for permanently we are using another method, not in place equal to true, but we are using to store the whole structure in data frame, and we will delete it from the in the actual data frame. It's step 5. If you want to remove the specific rows permanently, so 1, 3 and 5 again using the my data frame, the whole data frame. And we will check. See, nothing. We need to find the mean for the range. What we will do? We mention range over here using mean method. If you want to replace f with triple a, what we will do? We use again replace method. We mention f and the another thing that we have to use instead of that thing, triple a, and we will check that the tart is already there or we just missed. We probably not miss that. Yeah, we will remove dollar from column. So this is my cost again. We are doing those changes permanently. That's why you are using my df for whole. And as you can see, the result is here. Step 9. We will change the data type. To change the data type, we use .stime method. We will write integer here. Let's say float. See the result, but we will change the integer because what we need to mean for it. In tab, we will calculate the average cost. Arrows of cost group by continent by means. On the basis of continent, we find the cost, and for the average we use mean. We will do the same thing again. But in the pair of 2 columns. Sorry, not that part. We are finding minimum, maximum, and standard deviation. So we use aggregate function for that and group by function because we have to find on the basis of content. Step again for continent, but we are going to have the another column range. So the method would be same, cost and range, but the structure would be little bit different. Here we mention cost here, not here but here. We will change it from here because if you directly mention minimum, maximum, standard, then who cares, who knows that what we are going to find. So we already mentioned range and cost. We are going to have, as we talked here in the last video, that Python panda, it's just not limited to data cleaning and all the things. It also have bunch of features regarding visualization perspective as well. So for that we import this line matplotlib.pyplot, and as the name, whatever you want to give the name, plt, and group by continent. We need range, value, and cost. For the column we need mean, like average, and we have mention bar. If I change to histogram, I can write hist here, and there is a result for you. Value counts what means. So it is checking like in the data how many times North America took place. It is checking the entry, total entry. Again, the value counts here, but normalize equal to true. This is just for number. This is for the statistics, but this is a percentage proportion, and to use that proportion, we use normalize equal to true over here, and unique value. As you can see, there are 143 lines of tons of North America in the world data. But what does it mean by unique? Unique only provides you the original value, not the duplicate one. So in the original, in general, we have only these kind of data, and all those other 142 examples are just copy of that thing. Value counts, and again, but it was for this is for continent, and this is for coast. We are using histogram, so this is mentioned here. But what does it mean by beans equal to 50 here? Both are the graph are doing the same job. But what does it mean by beans equal to 15 in histogram? I want to explain in simple way. Both are having the same job. Both are having no changes to data. So as per my knowledge, when creating a histogram using the import matplotlib or pandas, the bean parameter specifies the number of beans. This is showing the number of intervals across the whole histogram, and into which the data will be divided. The beans means, beans equal to 50 means the data will be divided into 50 equal width intervals. Each bean will count how many data points fall within its range. So, but why we need to use bean? The number of beans control the fine grain or the histogram. If histogram has more beans, like 50, it gives more detailed view, but can make it harder to see overall patterns. But if we have only 10 beans, it makes the histogram more general and showing the broad patterns. So that's how it been is used. It's just for the clear idea and view, and it's one's own perspective. You have to find the missing values. Is null, it's sum. It checking how many and total sum for zip code and type as well. And what does it mean by axis? Axis means it's checking each rows and missing summary. Summary for like in general in total how many. This is the output. And in step remaining after, like after all these things, operation is goes underway, and once we get the whole output, what happens after that? So we have in general, let's on that part we have 947 and 7, but after that operation done, what we will have? So we have 936 and 7, means we almost cleared 11 rows, 10 to 11 rows, but the same columns, because as we cannot directly drop the columns, it can make it may or it must make effect on the overall data frame, and we don't want to do that because we need accurate data. So that's why we are doing a specific column drop or specific row drops, like the nulls and all the things. We don't want to retrieve it, we don't want to replace it with the false data. We simply don't want that to make changes on data. Again, next step, value counts drop n equal to false. Excuse me. So what value count, and what does it mean by that? Like value count, and it again drop using drop n but equal to false. What does it mean? So it is doing nothing but simply is the value count method is used to the occurrence of unique values, but the drop n false equal to false argument is used to include NaN, means missing values in the count. So by default the value counts is just exclude the null values, I means NaN value, but with drop n equal to false it will count the NaN value. If we clear that part, it will only count the values that is not a null value. I mean it will only count 50, but if there is nothing it doesn't count that. But drop n equal to false, it will count the NaN, it means the null, illogical or duplicate value. It means it will count everything. This is I must say this is the specific one. This is for the whole data. It may count the whole data, it will count, and it may count just appropriate data set and data row, appropriate data. In step 23, replace missing type with triple X. So in type, what we have in type? We can type in like alphabets. So instead of missing one, we need to find that alphabet with triple X. So we will idea. So why triple X? So on the first appearance, it will differently look like the something unique value. So by using triple X, we will have idea. Oh yeah, this is the another one. This is the replace item of the null values. Step 24, drop the row with missing values permanently. Again, we are having all the rows with permanently missing value. But here, what is my df dot shape 0? So it gives the dimension of data frame as a tuple or row. So is access the first element of the tuple which represent the number of rows. So we have my df dot drop na, and we will write in place equal to true. Then what happened with that change? So like it will the drop na, I mean sorry, not drop na, but like what does my df shape? So it will give the number of rows left in the data frame after applying the drop na. After applying the drop na in place equal to true, only 2 rows remain 0 or 3. So 938, it means it is just checking and finding the method drop na, and the before drop na the data frame had the 4 rows, like for example 4 rows with not null values, but after int equals equal to rows 1 and 10 were removed because they had not null values. So drop na is like removing the null values, But then what my df shape has done? So it returns the number of rows in the data frame. So it will just showing like if I have I if I have 10 10 pieces of coins in my pocket. If I remove 4, how many it will I will have? So 6. So it basically doing the same thing. It is showing the final as the final output occurrence, nothing else. Set id as index and retrieve the value. Yeah, so set id as index. Let's check here. Yeah. So what in a general what this code is doing actually? So let's check. So first we need to provide the my id. So we need to how we gonna act, because at a first occurrence it looks like this is something different, but this is not as difficult as it's look. So the code sets the id column as the index of the data frame, see, and removes the index name, and it displays the first few rows because we have used mydf, and it returns the value from the value column at index 17. So basically if we check here index 17, something is different here. 43. Why? It should be 23. Why 24? We have ascending order or not? It's showing 23 here, but why it's showing 24? Should I run all this code again? Let's check. See, again it's showing 24. I don't know why, but it should be 23. So in step 26, show the index column shape, reset index 26. So in general, in this step 26, show the index column shape and reset index to 26. So what this code is doing right now, let's go in the deep depth. Okay. Yeah. So I have understand it fully. Now I explain it to you. So the code shows the data frames index columns and shape before and after resetting the index. She's just showing the before and after effects, nothing else. In this tab 27, extract the value for describe output. We have used ilog. First, you need to understand what is log and ilog. So, the ilog. So, ilogs what is used for position based indexing to access the data. Like it means if I write ilog equal to 1 1 or if we had 0 or 2, so basically showing the columns and rows or column and rows and columns. But if I write log here, so log will show me, log will use here the column name, like if I say count. And why we use this for describe and all the thing, because this thing looks simple but we need to understand it. Because if you understand what log and ilog is doing, then the expression, like the whole code, will return the count value of the third column data, because the third column correspond to the mean statistics in describe function. So my df describe generates the statistics for numeric columns, and ilog 0 2 retrieves the count of third column mean statistic, which is the first row and third column. See, this is the 0 means first and this is the third column. So 0 refers to the first row, start with 0, and the second refers to the third column. So why? So does this does column start with 0? Yes. So the column in pandas, like both, start with 0. That's why you are having the different. This is the 1 and this is the third. 0 1, this is the 0, it means 1. 0 1 2, count by your finger. Step, sort the value counts in different ways. So it is doing the thing like 139. This is the like in, it's not in a different way, but sort index. So what this thing is actually doing? Sort means, in general, the sort means what? Changing value to its original order to something different. Like if it is in ascending, it will change to descending. If it's in descending, it will change to ascending. Just as simple as. The expression will count the occurrence of each continent in the continent column and then sort those counts by continent name. It means in the ascending order, or I can say alphabetical order, C A and then E and then N and then S. Step 9, we will show the row 1 3 5 7 and also we will have rows from type and continent column. So log means what? 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 type container. So see, it will show the rows. As you mentioned, we have already discussed, in iloc both will be in integer, but in loc the rows will be in the numeric, but the columns will be have the text format. You need to mention which column or what column you need to explain, you need to represent, you want to show. So you need to these rows 0 1 2 3 4 5 6, I mean 7 rows from 2 of these columns. See, simple. We will address the at the retrieve value of rows where zip code is equal to imgf. So which it is showing like which zip code has value of imgmfy. We are checking equal to y using. See, it's 30, row number 30. Let's check. No, it's not like that. Control F. See, so it's in the here. So 30 means the id 30, id number 13 at the value of 28 you are having this. So let me write here because I first got confused. So in this code we will have I am gmfy at id 13 and value of 28 in data frame. So that's how we are used to have all the pandas in session 1 and session 2. I know it's not difficult, but we need to have practice. Even I at first glance I was not able to understand because I believe I don't have that much of practice, but I will sure that I will have a proper command on it. But if you feel that is helpful, that will helpful you at least 1%, that will help you in your learning, or then just like and subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.